Start recording. Hey everyone! Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing something, maybe a touch more depressing. I'm not going to lie to you on this one. We're going to be reviewing albums. We're going to be reviewing the discography of At the Gates, and let me just state this out right off the back. This video is in dedication to Tomas Lindberg, who sadly passed away at the way too young age of 52 from cancer. It is very unfortunate. And all I have to say is rest in peace to him. Let's just take a moment of silence just for his memory. All right. And now we're going to start off with The Red in the Sky Is Ours. And I want to put this album at great tier. It's still a really good album, solid opening track with The Red in the Sky Is Ours, The Seasons to Come. I also like Kingdom Gone Through Gardens of Grief and Within and Windows and Claws of Laughter Dead and Neverwhere and The Scar. Every track on here is good. It just kind of pales in comparison to the rest of their discography, in my opinion. It's a great album, but when you have a discography full of like light nines, a strong eight just pales in comparison. Sorry. But next up we have With Fear I Kissed the Burning Darkness. And this album, I personally think, is mad underrated. I'm actually putting this at amazing. I mean, great opener with Beyond Good and Evil. I also like Raped by the Light of Christ, The Break of Autumn, Non-Divine, Primal Breath. My personal favorites on here are The Architects, Blood of the Sunsets, and Ever Opening Flower and Through the Red. Excellent stuff on this album, honestly. Like, no track is below a light 9. Excellent album. But next up, we have Terminal Spiritual Disease. And I may get some Terminal Spirit Disease. And I may get some shit for this, but I'm just putting it at killer. Now let me just say this. This is not the band's fault that it's worse, that it's a little worse than their sophomore album With Fear I Kiss the Burning Darkness. Because, like, all the new tracks on here are amazing. Like, The Swarm, Terminal Spirit Disease, and The World Returned, Forever Blind, The Fever Circle, The Beautiful Wound. But the studio forced them to add 3 live tracks on there with Kingdom Gone, a live track of With Fear I Kiss the Burning Darkness, and a third live track that I can't remember the name of. And while all those are still good, it's not as good as the rest of the album. If this was just allowed to be an EP, this would be at fantastic easily. But where it is, it sinks below With Fear I Kiss the Burning Darkness just slightly, in my opinion. Ever so slightly, just by a hair. But next up we have Slaughter of the Soul. This is the big boy. And does anyone else feel like this album is overrated? Or is that just me? I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with y'all. It's going to perfection. It deserves all the hype it gets. I also see how this really inspired, like, metalcore as well. And it really helped inspire one of my favorite bands of all time with Killswitch Engaged. Like, I mean, like 11 out of 10 opener with Blinded by Fear, the title track, Cold, Under a Serpent's Sun, Into the Dead Sky, Suicide Nation, World of Lies, Unto Others, Nausea, Need. Even the instrumental closer, The Flames of the End, is a 11 out of 10 track. Like, when I can say even the instrumental interludes on this album kick ass, then you know you've done something right. This is a perfect album, perfect melodic death metal album. No gripes, no buts. I have nothing snarky to say, just a perfect album. But next up we have At War with Reality, released in 2014. And oh yeah, I'm sorry. The Red in the Sky Is Ours, released in 92. With Fear I Kiss the Burning Darkness, released in 93. Terminal Spirit Disease, released in 94. And Slaughter of the Soul, released in 95. And At War with Reality, released in 2014. They went on a very long 18-year hiatus. But this album is going to the top of amazing. This is actually my least favorite reunion album. It's still very good. Just the instrumental interludes aren't quite as good as Slaughter of the Soul, though. Like I don't know how to pronounce this. Alter del Dios Descendicon? Descend Descendicado? Descendicado? I don't know. How do you pronounce that? This is a 9 out of 10, but every track on here kicks ass, though. Like Death in the Labyrinth, At War with Reality, The Circular Ruins, Heroes and Tombs, The Conspiracy of the Blind, Orders from Chaos, The Book of Sand, The Head of the Hydra. City of Mirrors is another interlude track, and that's a 9 out of 10. But they pick it right back up with Eater of Gods, Upon Pillars of Death, and The Night Eternal. I just think this is still a amazing album. I just think it gets beat out by some of the other albums. Like the next album, for example, To Drink from the Night itself. This album was originally at perfection, but it got beat out by another album. So this is going to Fantastic, and this album released in, I believe it was 2018. Yes, it released in 2018. And this album's going to the top of Fantastic. I love this opening interlude with Dear Reichsten? I don't know. I also love the title track, A Stair Bound in Stone, Palace of Leopards, Daggers of Black Haze, The Chasm, and Nameless Sleep, The Colors of the Beast, A Labyrinth of Tombs, Seas of Starvation, In Death They Shall Burn, and The Mirror Black. 10 out of 10 album. Not as good as Slaughter of the Soul, but very close. But next up we have The Nightmare of Being, released in 2021. And this album is going to the bottom of Fantastic. It's slightly behind To Drink the Night from To Drink the Night itself. But great opener with Spectre of Extinction. I also like The Paradox, The Nightmare of Being, Garden of Cyrus, Touched by the White Hands of Death, The Fall into Time, Code of Salvation, The Abstract Enthroned, and Cosmic Permission, and Eternal Winter of Reason. Great album that actually incorporates a lot of new elements. Like there's a full blown like saxophone on this. I'm not kidding. Very interesting album. If you just want your At the Gates a little bit more experimental, this is for you, and this is a fantastic album. I stand by that. But now we have their newest album, Ghost of a Future Dead. This was released in April of 2026. Tomas Lindberg sadly passed in September of 2025, I believe. So the band kind of released this as a tribute to him to let out his final works. And all I have to say about this, is it's going to perfection. It's almost on par with Star of the Soul. Like the Fever Mask is a fantastic opener, but my personal favorites on here are The Distant Void, In Dark Distortion, Tomb of Heaven, and The Phantom Gospel. I love those 4 tracks. Those 4 tracks live up to Slaughter of the Soul. The rest of it though is still fantastic. Like the Fever Mask, A Ritual of Race, Dead or Horridor? I don't know how to pronounce that. I believe that's a Swedish word because these guys are from Sweden. So I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry. But I also love A Ritual of Race, and Dark of Insular Death, Parasitical Hive, The Unfathomable. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Black Hole Emission. Excellent album, honestly. This is their second best. And what a note for Tomas Lindberg to end his legacy on. I'll give you that. You ended it on a complete banger, my friend. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, my friend. Like there is a special seat in heaven waiting for you. Rest in peace. But anyway, that should do it. If you like what you see here, feel free to drop a like and drop a subscribe. I usually post videos once a week. I hope all of you have a great day, a great weekend, and a great week. And go listen to some At the Gates. Go honor Thomas's memory. I would personally appreciate that. But that should do it. Take care, everyone.